Welcome back to a Timey Wimey Pod where we watch every episode of Doctor Who from 2005 onwards. I'm Rebecca,
I'm Haley.
and today we are finally at Series 4, Episode 13, Journey's End. And this is an episode we have been talking about getting to for so long, just off mic. We knew this was going to be a big one for us because we have so much to say about this episode.
Yeah, this is an episode that we have both been very nervous about doing because there is so much in this episode to talk about and we have so many thoughts and feelings. But to finally actually be here after talking about it for so long is actually crazy. What do you mean? We are so close to the end of RTD1.
Yeah, I know. I cannot believe it. I cannot wait to start series 5 though. I'm so ready to talk about the pawns and all of that.
No, me too.
So, this episode aired July 5th, 2008. It was written by Russell T Davies, directed by Graham Harper. Also, he only has one more episode left. So, I know. I really want to talk about the 3 major deleted scenes from this episode.
Yes.
So, first off, we have the deleted scene that takes place on Bad Wolf Bay when the Doctor's dropping off 10-2, Jackie and Rose. And essentially, it's just him giving a piece of the TARDIS to 10-2 so he and Rose can grow their own TARDIS. And I get why they cut this because it does kind of mess up with the flow of the scene. But I kind of like that we can take that and have it as a little headcanon because it is kind of a nice idea that eventually they get to have their own TARDIS in Pete's crazy universe.
I've always found that deleted scene so interesting. And it really gives me a lot of questions as to how that would work. Would it be exactly like the TARDIS in this, world? Would it be slightly different? What happens to the TARDIS after 10-2 and Rose die since they're both humans? It just opens up so many additional questions, but I do find it a really interesting, world building scene and a nice little sentiment.
There's a scene that's really sad, and this one I really think they should have kept in, but it's after 10 leaves Donna behind, and as he's leaving, just for a second, she kind of hears the TARDIS leaving in the background, and I just really love it. And it's she plays it really well, where it's feels like something familiar, but she also doesn't know it. And I just really love that moment, and I wish they kept it in.
Interesting. See, I love that moment too, but I kind of feel like it messes with the memory loss aspect of this episode because she just has a flicker of recognition.
But I feel like it kind of tracks with what we see later from her in End of Time and in the 60th, where it's she just has these moments of knowing something's not right. It's not a full memory, but there's something about it,
Okay, yeah, I see what you mean.
Now, the one scene I'm really glad they cut is having the Cybermen in the TARDIS at the very end to kind of tease the next Doctor. It's a fun little moment, but I'm really glad this episode just kind of ends with the Doctor all sad and wet from the rain, sitting alone in the TARDIS.
Me too.
Okay, so originally there were a couple different ideas for how Donna's exit would go. Russell considered having something happen to her, like getting injured or dying, or even having Sylvia die.
What?
Or I don't really know what would have happened with that, but thank goodness Sylvia was saved, I guess. But one idea that I think is really interesting is having Donna be lost in time, which then the specials, the 2009 specials, would have been focused on the Doctor trying to find her and eventually finding an older, wiser Donna on a far off alien planet, which I think would have been so interesting. And I think they should not reuse since they didn't do it, but use that idea in the future.
That is so interesting. I don't know how I feel about it.
I'm glad it didn't happen to Donna because I like her story the way it is.
Same.
But it's a fascinating concept.
No, it is. I would be really interested to see that in a future storyline for sure.
Mm-hmm. Are you ready to jump into the episode?
No, but we gotta jump into this episode.
Okay, so let me just Journey's End is this is a very complicated episode for me. The way I feel about this episode is basically kind of how I feel about Doomsday, where it's a great episode. Like on paper, these episodes are fantastic. I love seeing everyone together, but also the ending is so soul crushing. That's kind of all I can think about. And there's also just like it's not long enough, which is crazy because it's already longer than a standard episode. But I just feel like we needed more time to really like bringing everyone together should have like all these great character moments. And I just want more from this episode. I want more time. I want more between the Doctor and Rose. I want more closure. We'll get to that later. I want Rose and Martha. I want Jack and Rose. I think that might be like one of my biggest problems is the lack of Jack and Rose content in this episode.
That is so diabolical because the first actual interaction Rose and Jack have, including like them being at the end together in Stolen Earth, like the first interaction they have is when Jack gets shot by a Dalek and Rose runs to him thinking he's dead, not even knowing he's immortal.
And they're in the TARDIS together before that, just like not talking, like nothing.
Or giving each other a hug. Like,
yeah, Jack is more excited to see Mickey in this episode than he is to see Rose.
Which is actually insane because he and Rose were part of the TARDIS trio back in series 1 with 9. To not have them have really any interaction just actually drives me up the wall. The character moments in this episode, or like interactions I should say, fall flat for me, and that's something I really dislike about this episode. It feels like in this episode these characters were just kind of plopped in these scenes to have their lines, but they're not acting like each character is there, if that makes sense.
Yeah, they're kind of just all brought in for the sake of them being there and for the sake of having everyone together. Like Jackie, I love that Jackie's here because I love to see her. But why is Jackie here?
Yeah. Why are you here, girlie? See, I feel like they did this much better in the Stolen Earth. Like with all of the characters that popped up in last week's episode, I feel like all of them had a purpose. They all interacted with each other on the cams and with the Doctor and with Donna. But in this episode, it just very much feels like they're there to say their lines and they're not there to like actually interact with each other like this is a legit like situation, if that makes sense.
Yeah, like the Doctor and Rose spend half the episode like 10 feet apart in the like little capsule things, or the chamber, I forget what they call it. And then everyone else is just trying to like get to them.
Yeah.
I need to keep talking about the lack of Rose and Jack because it really, really bothers me. No one explains to Rose like why Jack didn't die. He's immortal. And like we don't even get to see them saying goodbye to each other at the end. We get nothing. Like they're all together in the TARDIS at the beginning. I love the little moment when they're all like about to go out and face the Daleks and Rose is like, Daleks, and Jack is like, Daleks. But like we don't get anything more. We don't even get like a hug between them, a hello, just absolutely nothing. Like all we get is Rose being upset when he gets shot. And then she's like not even that surprised to see him again later. Like we really get absolutely nothing between these two. And it's so frustrating because that dynamic between 9, Rose, and Jack in series 1 was so fun and so exciting, and it's one of the best parts of that, the end of that series. They're one of our favorite TARDIS trios, and when they all leave the TARDIS in this episode and they're on the Dalek Crucible, you think like, the team's back together again, like as close as we're gonna get to it without Christopher Eccleston. And then we get nothing. They immediately get separated from each other and we get like no interactions between these three. And I think the fact that they don't even get to say goodbye to each other at the end, or we don't get to see them saying goodbye, that's what really bothers me. Like, what do you mean?
Literally, yes to every single thing you just said. I feel the exact same way. It drives me crazy and it just makes no sense too. It's like it makes no sense. And it wouldn't even, I'm not talking about needing a 5-minute scene with Rose and Jack.
No.
All it will take is a 10-second interaction where they hug each other or they're like, Rosie, Jack. Like,
Yeah.
it wouldn't take that much time. It's not that difficult. Why that didn't happen, I really don't know.
Show us Rose seeing the consequences of what happened with her on the
Yes.
game station. Like, seeing this person that she cares so much about and realizing, oh my gosh, I accidentally brought you back forever and you'll never die. Like, let her have that reaction. That's fascinating. That's a character moment that we'd all love to see.
And again, the fact that we get a scene where Jack is more excited to see Mickey than he is to see Rose is insane.
Diabolical. Also, that scene, as fun as it is, watching it, I don't know about you, but watching it, I'm always like, this just feels uncomfortable, all things considering.
Yeah, exactly where my head was too when I was watching this.
Also, just, when we've said it before back in series 1, but like, we love the characters of Jack and Mickey and hate the actors because they are terrible people. And that's that. Going back to the TARDIS scene, after 10 has his like dramatic fake out regeneration and everything goes to the freaking hand, that damn hand. I love Donna, Jack, and Rose's face. Like right after, they're just like standing there shocked. It's so good. And I love the little moment between the Doctor and Rose where she's like, you're still you. And they get that great hug and they're just so happy to see each other. And I love Billy's face in that scene while they're hugging. She's just so happy and she just buries her face in his like shoulder. It's so nice.
Yeah, their hug always gets me. Like, they just cannot get enough of each other. They can't believe they're reunited. And I love when Rose is like, basically, we've been building this dimension canon so I could come back. And then 10 just starts smiling so big. That smile, we have not seen that since before Doomsday.
He's so happy and he's like so giddy, and I love when she says shut up. Like they're just so they're so cute in that moment, and it just kills me watching that and knowing what happens later. And it's like that like phrase that goes around like, have you ever gotten everything you wanted? And it's like, no, but I once got really close. That's me with this episode.
No, so true, actually. So true. I love, too, towards the very beginning of this episode, when Mickey and Jackie come through and save Sarah Jane.
Yes.
That's such a great moment. I love when Mickey says, us Smiths have to stick together. And Jackie just says, where the hell is my daughter? Like, it's just
so good.
So good. Like, I love that interaction. I love that Sarah Jane is like, come on, guys, we gotta surrender. We gotta end up at the Crucible. That's where the Doctor is. He's on the Dalek Crucible. It's just such a good moment that I love.
I know this episode is already packed with people, but I do kind of miss Pete. I have to admit, like, I am always kind of like, oh, it'd be nice to see Pete and Jackie here.
Yeah, you're right. It would be, actually. But he was busy. He was watching Tony.
Yeah, someone has to watch Tony. The concept of Tony is just kind of funny to me. Like the concept of Rose having like this younger brother who grows up in like this, like the concept of Tony is fascinating. I need a 10-part miniseries about the life of Tony.
No, yeah. That would be so interesting.
Tony shows up as like a big bad in like 40 years.
Tony growing up telling people, being like, my parents are from 2 different worlds. Literally.
And my brother-in-law is like a half Time Lord, half human. It's complicated.
Okay, I really want to talk about the Daleks in this episode because there's a lot to it. They're obviously the main big the main. No, they are the big bad of this
Yeah.
episode. And there's a lot of lines that I want to get into between Davros and the Doctor. But
Mm-hmm.
kind of at the beginning of this episode, 10 points something out, which I just found so interesting. He's telling Rose and Jack that the last time we fought the Daleks, they were mad. They were hybrids.
Yeah.
You know, it was just a fleet of them. Now, these are Daleks at the height of their empire. And the way that David acts out that scene really gets it across just how scary it is for all of them.
Yeah, definitely. Like we were already, scared of these Daleks from the last episode. Like they really put in a lot of work to make us feel like, oh, this is bad. But yeah,
Mhm.
hearing it and being like, no, like the Daleks in Parting of Ways, they were just kind of like survivors trying to keep it together, like using humans to or turning humans into Daleks because that's how like desperate they were. But these are full-fledged Daleks with a whole
Mhm.
plan, and they've tricked everyone already. David's acting, by the way, is just phenomenal. This
Mhm.
whole entire episode, playing two characters, he serves face so many times so well. He's amazing.
He is. Okay, I don't know about you, but I completely forgot how soon into this episode 10-2 appears.
Me too. I always forget that.
I'm like, this is literally 12 minutes into the episode and he's already appearing.
Yeah. I love everything with Donna building up to this. I love how like upset like the Doctor, Rose, and Jack all get about Donna. They're all trying to like save her. And like, the idea that the Doctor thinks she's burning alive with the TARDIS is so heartbreaking.
Yeah.
I love when Rose goes to comfort him and like hold his hand through that. No, it's so scary. Catherine Tate again sells it really well. And then the Doctor shows up, 10-2, as he's lovingly known on the internet. And I do really like the interactions between 10-2 and Donna. They have a really
Mhm.
fun dynamic. I love that he's, a little Time Lord, a little human, a little bit Donna. It's really fun.
Yeah, I love the exchange between them when Donna is like, "Oi, watch it, spaceman," and 10-2 is like, "Oi, watch it, space girl." It's an
Watch it,
iconic
Earth Girl.
Earth Girl, thank you for correcting me. That line is just so iconic. I love that exchange. I love the amount of sass between them.
Mm-hmm.
My problems with 10-2 aside, which we will definitely get into later on, the sass that is there, it's well done. And it's really good. So interesting as a concept to have Donna be connected to this Metacrisis doctor and have her become part doctor too.
I love Donna's whole arc. Like, I think this is one of the best fleshed out companion arcs of the whole show. I love the idea that the Doctor and Donna are like destined, like they're tied together through this. I also love the concept of like two people who are platonic being destined for each other.
Mm.
They're obviously a very platonic, very friendship, brother sister kind of relationship, but I love the idea of them being destined and being pulled together. I really enjoy that, and yeah, it's so fascinating that like everything is kind of leading us to this, to the creation of 10-2. And I love how he says it like we were always heading here, like your car, me meeting your grandfather, like it was always bringing us to this.
Yeah, and I love when she's like, "Oh, so destiny is like actually real." And like you're saying, I just love that concept in
Mm-hmm.
the show of destiny in a platonic way. And I find it so intriguing and so interesting. And it's so fascinating how we're finding out like this is the reason why all the timelines are converging on Donna. And this is why she really is the most important woman in the whole wide universe. And it's so good. I love Donna so much in this episode. I love Catherine
Mm-hmm.
Tate. Okay, I need to stop myself because we're not there yet in this episode. But some of the lines between Davros and Ten once they're all up
Mm-hmm.
there in the crucible is so good. First, I'll just say a zing that Ten says to Davros that, "Oh, we are not doing the nostalgia tour."
Yeah,
That
I
was
love
good.
that.
I love that. I also love when he's like, Oh, I've got the word. You're the Dalek's pet. And the way
Mm-hmm.
that David says that lives rent free. It's so good.
No, the interactions between them are so good. It's really fun to watch. And I love that the emotional arc of this whole episode is Davros making the Doctor see, like, yeah, I have my army with the Daleks, but you have yours too, with all your companions, with all these people. And I love how the Doctor gets to see here that really, like, all these friends that he has, all his companions, like, because of him, they all have turned into soldiers. Like, Martha has a freaking key to blow up Earth, which we will get more into. Sarah Jane has a dwarf star or something. Like, everyone kind of has to serve as a soldier in this episode. They've been turned into a soldier. Like Martha, that happened long time ago, and
Yeah.
Jack too in a way, but even Sarah Jane here, Mickey, even Rose in this story. I just love that the Doctor really has to face his own consequences here and really see what he's turned these people into, and that they, you know, he has kind of created his own army in a way. And I love, like, the look on his face, like the just the David plays it so well. Just the dead look on his face as everyone's coming together. Martha has the
Mm-hmm.
key, Sarah Jane has the star. It's so good.
It's so good. And you paraphrase the quote, but I kind of want to read it in its entirety because
Hmm.
unfortunately Davros kind of ate with this.
Yeah.
He goes on to say, "The man who abhors violence, never carrying a gun, but this is the truth, Doctor. You take ordinary people and you fashion them into weapons. Behold your children of time transformed into murderers. I made the Daleks, Doctor. You made this." Like, that
Hmm.
line is so good.
Yeah.
And the reason it's so good, even though it's Stavros saying it, is because it's true. Tin knows it's true. Everyone knows it's true. And he's finally forced to stop running and think about who he really is and what everything has come to. And the look he gets on his face when Rose tells him that Harriet Jones, sacrificed her life, which, side note, if you didn't listen to last week's episode and you don't know this, it is canon that Harriet Jones actually survived the whole thing back in the Stolen Earth. R2D came out with a short story, I think in 2020, about it. But obviously, in this episode, they all thought she died. So just the look on his face is that instant grief and realization, like, this is someone he didn't even know died to save the universe.
I'm obsessed with the sequence we get in this moment of all the flashes
Mm-hmm.
of everyone since Jabe in the end of the world,
Yeah.
everyone until the stewardess in Midnight. This is one of my favorite moments. Getting to see, there's definitely some people that they missed, but
Oh, for
getting to
sure.
see all these people who sacrificed or themselves or died because of the Doctor is such a satisfying moment. I absolutely love it. I think about this scene all the time, and just the Doctor's face while he's thinking of all these people. And I'll never forget seeing that for the first time and being so shook about seeing Jabe and then Linda with a Y,
Yeah.
the woman on the game station, like all these people. Also,
River.
like River, Jenny, also seeing all the Love and Monsters people. I was like, dang, I forget, like, all those people really do die. Like, I always forget, like,
No.
everyone is dead. That whole team. It's really sad.
Me too. And there's this one, like, flash of a guy in this sequence, and I was like, I had to rewind and pause multiple times because I'm like, where's this man from? Like, I don't remember this guy dying. I don't remember his face. It was the guy from Tooth and Claw.
Yeah.
It took me a
No,
minute.
I recognized him, but it is like, oh yeah, that guy. I kind of
Yeah.
forgot about that whole thing.
Well done, RTD, on this sequence because he's really building up the Time Lord Victorious arc even more in this
Yes.
episode.
Definitely. Also, watching that today, it really was giving the RTD one if it was RTD two meme, so that made me laugh.
No, you're not wrong.
One thing I want to talk about is I think David plays 10-2 really well. He plays it he doesn't just play it like he's just straight up another doctor. Like he really shows those differences, and when we're seeing 10-2 in the TARDIS with Donna, you can really see like he's full of energy. Like it feels like Christmas Invasion 10. It feels like
Yeah.
Series 210. He's brand new, full of energy, literally bouncing off the walls. And I just think David plays it really well. I also love Donna and 10-2 talking, and Donna's like, well, why is it all coming back to me? Like, I keep telling you I'm nothing special. And he's like, wow, you really do believe that, don't you? And it's such a great full circle moment from that rooftop scene in The Runaway Bride when he's scanning
Oh,
her with the
yeah.
sonnet. He's like, why you? Like, you're nothing special, nothing abnormal. And then here he is being like, wow, you really think that's true. You really don't think you're special. But now he knows her and he really sees how amazing she is, how brilliant she is. And we'll get to it later, but Donna, she finally gets to have that moment later on. But I just love the interaction between her and 10-2 in that moment.
Yeah, I love that interaction as well. So, I feel like we have to talk about Dalek Khan.
Mm.
So, it's explained in this episode that Dalek Khan essentially looked into time itself and went even crazier than Dalek Khan already was. And Dalek Khan reveals later on in this episode that this was his whole plan to basically stop the Daleks. He was like, actually, I was like, no more. He was like, after
Mm.
Davros's whole reality bomb, which, side note, reality bomb, reality war, RTD, you need to stop using the word reality. Please, I beg. Um,
Leave reality alone.
please. But I find that so interesting. Like, so
Hmm.
interesting that Dalek Khan was actually like, I don't think it's right, even as a Dalek, to erase everything and everyone in existence just so it's only the Daleks. Like, that to me is so interesting and something I haven't thought that much about. What are your thoughts on the whole Dalek Khan
No,
thing?
yeah, it's. I kind of wish we get a bit more time to sit with that because it is really fascinating. Like he really kind of tricked them, tricked the Daleks, tricked Davros, and made this all happen essentially because he knew it would lead to the Daleks' destruction. And it is really fascinating. And I wish we got more time to really sit with that.
Me too. I think if we had more time to sit with that, I don't know. Maybe it would have had more of a substantial impact, but very interesting.
Okay, we need to talk about Or Girl Martha. Also, thinking about how this is one of the last times we're going to get to talk about Martha. No,
Jail.
jail. Martha, if you can hear me, come home.
Please, Queen, you literally have the weight of the world on your shoulders again.
Literally. Why? Okay. Martha has the Osterhagen key. Do you believe that this is something she would ever willingly be a part of or participate in? Like, I know the stakes are high. I know they're using the Earth and these 27 planets to destroy reality, but this. Do you really believe that this is something Martha would ever do, ever be a part of?
To be completely honest, yeah, I think she would be a part of something like this. I think considering she's been at unit, she's had a very like high position at unit. She was there experiencing everything in the stolen earth. She experienced in a year that never was. She has seen with her own eyes how her world, the earth, can face so much destruction from villains such as the master. She
Hmm.
experienced the Daleks. She knows how bad it can be. I think when she brought up the Osterhagen, I don't think she ever at any point wanted to actually go through with it and use it. I think she was
Right.
hoping that like saying all of that to the Daleks really would like they would believe her and say like don't do that, and so she wouldn't do that. But I think if it came down to it, she would highly consider it. So I don't think it's out of character for her.
Yeah, I think you bring up a good point because she has seen humanity at its worst, when, completely without hope, being turned into slaves. Like she saw things get pretty much as worse as they can get in the year that never happened. And I think, of course she would try to do everything she can to make sure that humanity is never brought back to that point, because she'll just have to save them again because everything is Martha's
Literally.
responsibility. But still, and I do love that she's like, before we use this, like, I have to try one thing, like there's something the
Mhm.
doctor would try. I also love the interaction she has with that one German woman who is almost going to kill her to try to stop Martha, and she's
Yeah.
like, do it then, like, do it, stop me.
She's like, please actually stop me. I'm tired of this.
I also love the one guy who has like the other Osterhagen key, how he's like, I don't want my name on this. Keep me out of it. I'm
Which is
excluding myself from the narrative.
which is so interesting because if the Osterhagen key
Yes.
activates, it's like no one's going to be looking at records because there will be none.
Yeah, like, you're fine either way, my man, but okay.
Like, pop off, I guess.
Yeah.
And I do like that, that one woman at one of the other Osterhagen key stations was like, Martha,
Hmm.
like, if 3 stations lock online, you know what that means. And Martha still is like, no, we have to wait. We essentially have to give them a chance. We have to act like the doctor. And I really do like that.
Yeah.
And I think that really shows just how much she has thought about this.
Oh, okay. Watching like Jackie, Mickey, and Sarah Jane get taken, and then that moment where they're all about to be killed by the reality war, and Jackie's finally able to use. Oh, I realized what I said. Okay, but the reality bomb scene, when Jackie finally gets to use like her dimension cannon thing, and then she just turns to the woman next to her and she says, I'm so sorry. That's another scene from this episode that really stays with me and is
Yeah.
so heartbreaking.
Yeah. I always too find it so interesting how like Jackie, Mickey, and Sarah Jane like all get away without being noticed that they got away.
No, it is kind of weird. And it's like, why don't we just like, Sarah Jane is able to leave, like, and she calls for Mickey. Why doesn't she try to get everyone out? Why isn't she like, everyone this
Yeah.
way? And like, obviously things are tough. Like, they don't really have a lot of space. There's only so much they can do. But like, I feel like we could have easily saved everyone in that moment.
Like the Daleks were nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, they weren't there.
I'm not gonna lie though, I love when Jack salutes Sarah Jane and it's like it's really
Hmm.
great to finally meet you. I do
Yeah.
love that moment in that
No,
scene.
that is really fun.
I love I
Hmm.
love when Rose is like, "Oh, she's good." And Martha's like, "Oh my gosh, he like actually found you." The way she says it,
No,
so
it's
many emotions.
one of my absolute favorite. I keep saying it, but it's one of my favorite moments. And it really is, because one, Rose gets to see just in that moment how much he's missed her. Because
Yeah,
Martha, like, her face, she's like so shocked, and she's like, he found you. So Rose finally gets to see like how much her being gone has really impacted him and hurt him. And also it's just so healing for Martha. Like, she finally gets to meet Rose, like the girl she
yeah,
hears everything about, who everyone's always talking about. She finally gets to meet her. And, Rose gets to see how great Martha is. I'm eating up the Rose and Martha crumbs, and I would do anything for more Rose and Martha
same,
content. Like, guys, I needed this episode to be like 2 hours long so we
same.
can get more moments like this. And I don't need like everyone sitting around Avengers Tower style, but like just more character moments, more moments like that where everyone gets to like, where we get to play with these characters more. Like, if we're gonna bring everyone together, let's bring everyone together and like have more moments like that.
Also, right after this moment, Rose sees that Jack's alive. That's all we get.
No,
No,
nothing. No,
nothing.
no reaction whatsoever.
No, like, oh my gosh, Jack, you're alive? How? Oh my gosh, was it me? Was it something else? No. No
Ro-
acknowledgement.
Rose and Jack might as well be in separate rooms for the rest of this episode. Not a line is spoken between them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It is. So upsetting. And it's really probably my like biggest qualm with this episode.
No, literally same. Well, second biggest qualm for me.
Yeah. Oh, I love the moment where Davros recognizes Sarah Jane. So
Oh,
good. And
yeah.
I love how Elizabeth Sladen says, Sarah Jane Smith, remember? It's so good. Oh, Elizabeth Sladen, we miss you every day.
I will say I feel like Sarah Jane is the one person in this entire episode, no flaws, no notes,
Mm-hmm.
like every line was perfection, every interaction she had was perfection. I love when her and Rose say to each other, "Hey, it's good to see you again.
Yeah,
You too."
oh, so good. I love that.
Yeah.
Pushing the Daleks around, classic Who style. Love to
Mhm.
see it. Skipping ahead a little bit, I really love the moment between her and the Doctor at the end, and I just love her calling him out and being like, "Yeah, you act so lonely, but you have the biggest family on the earth," and it's such
Yeah.
a beautiful moment. I love that. It is one like we get one more scene from her and so much more Sarah Jane adventures, but it is one of her last scenes on the show, and it's just a great moment. I love her walking away and waving, going to go find Luke. It's just such a nice moment. And yeah, she finally says what we're all thinking, like the Doctor doesn't have to be alone. Like he has all these people, and I'll get into this more when we're at the ending, but it's kind of his own fault that he's alone. Like he kind of does this to himself.
He definitely does. But I think it is time to talk about Dr. Donna in its full
Mm.
entirety and how Dr. Donna saves the day.
Getting to see Donna in this moment, really coming together, really saving the day after like 10-2 tries and fails, is such a satisfying moment. It just makes me so happy. Like she believes in herself. She has the brain of the time lord. Everyone's impressed by her, and she's just like on top of the world, the most important woman in all of creation. And it's just so exciting to get to see this from her.
And Catherine Tate did such a phenomenal job. She's been phenomenal in every episode. And in
Mm-hmm.
this episode, it's no different. And especially in this scene, the way she acts this out, you really feel like all of this is flowing out of her brain. Like the way she talks so fast and the mannerism she's doing. Just every acting choice in this performance she chose is so good. And I love it. Like I love her so much. She is so incredibly talented. She
Mm-hmm.
did such a great job.
Let her be the Doctor.
No, because she actually was the doctor there for a minute
Mm-hmm.
and was fantastic.
So good, so brilliant. There's also like the small moment where like she's working with the Doctor and working with 10-2, and 10-2's looks all excited, but you just see the Doctor's face for a second and you kind of know he already knows what he's gonna have to do, and oh, heartbreaking.
Jail, like actual
Jail.
jail.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What are your thoughts on 10-2 destroying all of the Daleks?
It really bothers me because it just kind of feels, I don't know, everything with 10-2 bothers me.
No,
To
me
be
too.
honest. And it makes sense, like the idea, like he was born during war, like he is going to do this. And I do kind of love when Donna's like, wait for the Doctor, and he's like, I am the Doctor. I don't know. It's I have mixed feelings about it. Because he's like, in one way he's right, like they are too powerful to just let them go. Like they could wipe out whole galaxies with how many Daleks they have, but also like genocide is just never the answer in this show. Like that's the thing in this show that should never happen. And to see the Doctor commit genocide, any version of the Doctor do that, is really crazy to see. But what do you think about it?
I feel very similar to you. Like, I don't know what else exactly would be the resolution to where they could, keep everyone safe from the Daleks and also not kill them off. But at the same time, I completely agree. Genocide is never the answer. Like, seeing 10-2 do that is crazy. And I feel like it just
Mm-hmm.
gets kind of brushed over in this episode.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's the whole reason Tin drops him off in Pete's world, but we don't really get anything more than that. And it's such a big thing. And it's just, I don't know. It just feels like, yes, it happened in this episode, but then it's never brought up again. It never feels like
Mm-hmm.
Tin actually is totally impacted by it,
Yeah,
like
it
you
is
would
also,
expect.
and it's there's something just like a slightly awkward to see the doctor scold himself. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like being
It's
like,
just
get in the TARDIS. Like, why are you treating him like a kid?
yeah, and then on the beach later when it's like, but you made me. Like, I don't know. Like the interactions between them don't really work for me. Like as separate, I think David plays it really well, but the
Yeah.
idea of like them like it doesn't feel like we have two doctors here. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Can we also discuss how Rose doesn't even blink at 10 2?
No, no
Not even a
reaction.
gasp.
Honestly, no one is really that shocked. Like,
No. Which, like, yes, anything can happen with the doctor, and like traveling with the doctor is crazy. But you would think that something would be said other than that one line Jack says.
also 10-2 suit. Like, there's something that doesn't work for me. I
It's just
really,
boring.
yes, I don't know what it is. Like, normally the blue suit looks great on David. I'm a brown suit
It's
girly
the shirt.
myself.
He's wearing like
Yeah,
a t-shirt under it.
yeah, I think you're right. It does not work for me at all.
Me either. Okay, let's just be real. Let's just talk about 10 2 because
Mhm.
there is
Yeah.
so much for me that doesn't work.
Yeah, I know this is like one of your biggest problems in the show. So speak your truth, speak on it.
Okay, I just want to say right here, right now, that like if you like 10 2, that's okay. We can
Mhm.
disagree. Personally, I hate that man. He is like I don't know, like the thought that there's the doctor and then there's like a knockoff version of the doctor just so Rose can live happily ever after doesn't sit right with me. Like Rose doesn't
Mhm.
even get a chance to truly choose. Tin is just like,
Yeah.
hey, 10 to this random duplicate of me that grew from my dang hand. Like I guess I got to drop him off in Pete's world. Like, there's no discussion. And that's what I really dislike. And I guess I just don't like how it's a knockoff version of the 10th Doctor so that Rose can live happily ever after. I feel like we all know that's like the only reason 10-2 was
Yeah.
created was so that Rose could have her happily ever after. And I like this sentiment and I get this
Mhm.
sentiment that he was born in war and like Rose, does that remind you of anyone? Kind of a
Ugh.
callback to 9. Like I love that sentiment because it does get me thinking and that line does like mean a lot and bring a lot to the surface. But at the end of the day, Rose didn't get to truly choose. Tin just dropped her
No.
off.
And she wanted to go with the doctor, like
Yeah.
the real doctor. She's like, he's not you. And like
He's
Billy
not,
Piper
yeah.
has even come out and said, like, yeah, like it's not fair. She gets stuck with like the half version of the doctor. And it just, yeah, there's something about like, I agree with you. I like the sentiment. I love to think about how it's like a really sad and beautiful selfless act from the doctor that he kind of gives up being with her and gives her this beautiful gift of a version of him that can grow old with her. I really like that idea. But it is just
Mm-hmm.
like really sad still because it's not really the doctor. Like she worked so hard to get back to him. She spent all that time. And, you know, we had that scene that we talked about in the beginning where he's so happy to hear that she's been trying to get back to
Yeah.
him. And then he just leaves her on this damn beach.
But
And
he doesn't even like get a proper goodbye. He doesn't say a
no,
proper goodbye after everything they've been through together after they were finally reunited. He's been pining over her every dang day
yes,
since Doomsday in almost every episode. And there's nothing. And he just watches Rose and Tintu kiss, which, first off, I'm not blaming Rose. I would be so confused too. Like, I wouldn't know what to do. But when she tells Tin, like, wait, that's still not right. correct, Rose. It is still not right because you didn't get a choice. 10 just chose for you. And that's worse than her not ending up with any version of the Doctor, in my opinion. Because
And
the Rose
even
we know, like, she fought for her doctor. Her
mm-hmm.
doctor.
Yeah. And I think it would be better if they just gave this scene is just way too rushed, and I think
Yeah.
they would sell us on this idea better if we got a little bit more closure between Rose and the Doctor. Like, I just
Mm-hmm.
need him to go, like, just, I don't know, just more closure. Like, that's my biggest problem. I really think they didn't get any closure with their relationship when he's dropping her off. I don't know. I don't know what he needs to say here, but like, yes, I hate when she's asking him, like, what were you gonna say to me on the worst day of my life? And he said, I said Rose Tyler. Like, tell her how you feel. Tell her what
Yeah.
she means to you, and tell her, like, I'm giving you the life I could never have. Like, I'm giving you someone who can live that life of you. Just give them more. Give them a goodbye. It just really bugs me.
Yeah. It really bugs me too. And I know we have said it, other fans have said it, but if Journey's End was made today, there would have been a storyline connecting Rose to like the 14th Doctor. And that to
Mm.
me would make more sense.
This is why I wish Russell invented bi generation like 15 years
Yeah,
earlier, because
just
it
for
would have,
this.
yeah, it would have been much more satisfying if it was like the bi generated version of the Doctor, and he's going to be with Rose while or Doctor we continue the show with the new Doctor. Because yeah, it's just weird, the idea that Rose is like trapped in Pete's world with like a half version of the Doctor, and yes, it is the Doctor, yes, it's him, like all the memories are there, but like the real Doctor, the one that she went on all those adventures with, is still out there, and like she's not with him, and that's really sad. And I do like the idea that, somewhere out there Rose and the Doctor are together living this great life together. Like, that's a great sentiment. I like the sentiment of he needs you. That's very me. Like, he was born out of war, and like she kind of needs to do with 10-2 what she did with the Ninth Doctor, and be the light for him and bring him out of that war. But yeah, I needed more closure with Rose and the Doctor. I needed an acknowledgement of their relationship, what he's giving up for her. Like, I don't know. It's his face when Rose kisses 10-2, which I kind of like. I love and hate that kiss because it's just awkward. It's awkward.
It's very awkward watching yourself.
Kiss your ex, and then like kissing someone in front of your ex and your mom and his best friend. It's weird.
It's weird. It's
Yeah.
just weird. Yeah, the whole 10-2 Rose Pete's world situation is just weird and a really huge letdown after
Mm-hmm.
everything.
I love David's face though when Rose does kiss 10-2, and then he just leaves. I mean, I hate that he leaves because I want a goodbye, but his face is really devastating.
Yeah.
And then when they do leave and Rose pulls away and she tries to go after him, that's what kills me. That's
Yeah,
what absolutely kills me. I can't handle it.
because that's what she actually wants and would have chose.
Yeah. And I do think it's really a beautiful ending of that, with 10-2 just going next to her, taking her hand, and they look at each other. And I love that that's their ending. I mean, we'll see what happens in the current version of the show. But
Yeah.
I can appreciate that. Like, we don't know what these two are going to get up to, but I like that it ends with us knowing they are going to be together. Again, it's nice to know that some version of the Doctor and Rose are out there being together, but it's still really upsetting. Real quick before we move on, I love Jackie teasing 10-2 and being like
Yes.
about Tony and about his name. Also, why Tony? Why did they name the baby Tony?
That's what I want to know too.
Oh my gosh, we haven't talked about how Mickey doesn't go back with them.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Mickey is like, my grand died. Rose doesn't want me, obviously, which It's taking you that long to realize that, Mickey?
Like, you should have realized that a long time ago, my man.
Yeah, I thought you realized that back in Boomtown in series 1.
Why do they have the most complicated relationship ever?
No, it's very messy, very complicated.
It bugs me that Mickey stays in Aura universe because it doesn't make sense to me. He has at this point spent years and years in Pete's world, and like, yeah, his grand died, but we have to assume he has like other people in his life. Like, Jackie is his family. Like, he and Jackie have gotten really close over the years, and he's just leaving her and presumably any other friends and family he's made for what? Like, everyone in his original world probably thinks he's dead. Like, he's been gone for so long. He has nothing and no one. And I know it's so we can get Mickey and Martha in the end of time, which we'll talk about then. But it just never makes sense to me that he doesn't go back with Rose and Jackie.
Okay, I feel you on the Mickey Jackie relationship because they are family. Like, they even have their own goodbye in the TARDIS, which is such a sweet moment. And how
Yeah.
Jackie is like, I'm gonna miss you. So sweet. That is like the one hang up I have of him staying is like, why is he leaving his, found family? But on the other hand, if you got the chance to like be back in the real world in the janky Pete's world, which one would you choose?
I would definitely choose the real world because, as we've
Okay. Yeah.
discussed, Pete's world is just like terrible. It's in its own timeline.
It's weird.
Yeah, no, who wants to go there? But still, I don't like it. I do love that in that scene when he leaves, that Jack and Martha are walking away holding hands. That's very special to me, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, I love how Tin tells Martha, like, do me a favor, destroy that key, save the world one more time. The way he
Mm-hmm.
has the gall to say that, sir, you're the reason that would be her third time saving the world, but I
Yeah,
digress.
like constantly on her shoulders. Also, like, now she's
Yeah.
tasked with taking down this whole thing that unit has built. Like, she has to be the one person to try to, like,
Yeah.
imagine if you're like one person trying to convince like a whole country to give up their nuclear weapons. That's kind of what she has to do.
That's actually insane. Not just one country, the entire world.
Yeah.
Like, the entire world agreed to this, and now she has to go be like, never mind, guys, no take backsies.
We actually can't do this.
Yeah.
I wonder
yeah.
I
Sorry,
wonder
go
if like
ahead.
she actually did it.
I wonder too.
Yeah.
Okay, this episode, I was looking at her left ring finger. This is the last episode. She has a ring on that finger from Tom.
So was Mickey a homewrecker? Is that what we're supposed to believe?
Oh my gosh, he might have been.
Cause I kind of like before used to think, okay, maybe she and Tom were already broken up at this point, but
Yeah,
it's giving Mickey was a homewrecker.
it is giving Mickey was a homewrecker.
I need a 10-part miniseries about the Mickey and Martha relationship. What happened to Tom? Why did they break up? How did Mickey and Martha get together? What did Mickey do? I mean, we don't know they do like freelance, so I guess
Yeah.
I don't know. I need what went down with this whole situation.
That's exactly what I want to know.
Yeah.
So I believe that's it. So thanks so
Yeah.
much for watching this episode.
There's nothing else we need to talk about, right?
No. No.
Okay, I remember the first time I watched this episode late at night, alone, in the dark, watching the bad Wolf Bay scene, being like so frustrated, and then watching the Donna scene and sobbing.
Same. When I watched this episode last night, I was sobbing.
Yeah. It's just honestly still to this day, one of the most painful companion exits because Donna gets to fly so high. She gets to save the universe, see how amazing she is, and then it all gets ripped away from her. She loses her memories. She loses like 2 years of her life, which is kind of crazy.
She loses so much growth. Wilf even says it at the end of this episode, but
Mm-hmm.
but doctor, she was better with you. And Sylvia like goes to swat him, but he's like, no, it's true. And it is true. She
She was
did be
happier with him.
she was happier with him. She was, fulfilled, and she she had changed in like such a great way from the runaway bride, and she had grown, like her compassion and empathy had
Mhm.
grown. She had so many experiences that completely opened up her mind, and to have all of that taken from her and the way that it was is so painful. And here's the thing is that she wanted to stay with him forever. She didn't want her
Yeah.
memories to be erased. And
Uh,
10 does it anyway. He does it anyway.
I know. It's so heartbreaking. They play it so well because he's like, you know what's happening, and she does know.
Mhm.
And just her saying, I was going to be with you forever. And the doctor saying, we had the best of times. And she's just begging, pleading for him not to do it, not to
Mhm.
take her memories. Oh, and again, the dramatic performance from Catherine Tate,
Yeah.
absolutely incredible. Like, take my money, Catherine Tate. Take all the
Please.
awards. Like, so good. You're so talented. It's insane. It's such a heartbreaking moment, and she loses everything. And for me, like, now we have the 60th. Her story's been resolved. Thank goodness. But it doesn't take away from how painful this is, because we know she still goes 15 years without those memories. And yeah, she's able to build a family, but we see she's still feeling lost. She's still feeling like something is missing. So to me, even though it gets resolved later on, it's still really painful.
And it's really painful too, especially if you're not a newer fan that kind of came on watching the
Mhm.
specials, and you didn't experience waiting so long between this episode and the specials. Like I'll be honest, like we came in, started watching the show in 2014. So it had been some
Yeah.
years, but it still felt like so long, and that just adds to the pain for me when watching this episode, is because that to me has always been the saddest companion exit, because at the end of
Mhm.
the day, as traumatizing and horrific Doomsday was, Rose had her family and she had her memories with the doctor. And obviously, Tin makes that choice to save her life, and I would do the same thing
Mhm.
for someone I loved, but at the same time, it's still such a complicated thing to do because she doesn't want that. And that just makes it so much more painful.
And he has to do that to his best friend. He has to
Yeah.
take away her memories of him, all their adventures together. She has meant so much to him. She saved his life so many times, like emotionally, physically, actually, all the things. And it's heartbreaking. And the scene where Wilf comes to the door and he's on the ground with her, that takes me out. It takes me out. And he says, help me.
Yeah.
Oh, so sad.
I just can't. And when Ten and Wolf and Sylvia are all in like the living room, all sat on the couch talking about it, that part gets to me as well, because Ten just tells Wolf and Sylvia that there are worlds out there that are safe in the sky because of her, and there's people singing
Hmm.
songs of Donna Noble 1,000,000,000 light years away, and they can never forget her, just like she can never remember. And for one small moment, she was the most important woman in the universe. That entire line and delivery always lives rent free in my head all the time.
I love that he has that moment with her family, because usually the doctor doesn't take time for things like this. He doesn't take
Mm-hmm.
time to really tell people what happened. But I love that he cares about Donna so much that he takes the time to fill her family in, explain what happened, and explain that she saved everyone. Like, she got everyone back, and it's just so nice. And I love when Sylvia is like, she still is important. She's my daughter. And the doctor says, well, then maybe you should tell her that sometime. So
Finally!
satisfying. Oh,
Oh,
so good. So
yeah.
satisfying. I love it. Like, are you really best friends if you don't have a little bit of beef with your best friend's parents? No.
No, you're not.
No. So getting that moment is perfect. And, we love Sylvia, but I love that she gets called out. I love that the doctor
Yeah.
calls her out. And for the better, because the Sylvia we meet 15 years later is a much better mother, a much better grandmother.
Thank
And
goodness.
thank goodness. Yeah.
Yeah, we talked a lot about it this series, but she definitely needed her own glow up. And I think
Hmm.
after this moment, she really kind of re examined things.
Yeah. Um, my biggest question from this episode: what happened to Oladonna's stuff that she brings into the TARDIS and Partners in Crime? Like,
You're so
her
right.
stuff stresses me out. Like, the doctor did not move out all her stuff, so it's just sitting there, and she doesn't have it, and that really bugs me. It's really personal to me.
Watch her be like, I'm trying to find my coat. And she just never finds it again because it's in the doctor's TARDIS.
Her
And it,
hats, her shoes, like
yeah.
imagine like all your clothes just disappearing, and you're like,
All the clothes she didn't wear this season, mind you.
so true. So true.
Yeah. Honestly, the most diabolical part of this entire episode is the end when Ten says bye to Donna and she's just like,
Uh,
oh, yeah, bye. Excuse me, RTD, you knew what you were doing and it hurts.
it hurts so much. And then we get one of the most beautiful scenes of the show, Wilf talking to the doctor.
Yeah.
And if I know you, I know you wrote down this quote from Wilf.
Yes.
So let's hear it.
He says that he will look up every night at the sky and think of Tin on her behalf.
It's so sweet. It's so
So
sweet.
sweet.
And the doctor just standing dramatically in the rain is absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
And Bernard Cribbins delivers an amazing performance. Like, you can see the tears in his eyes, how
Yeah.
sad he is for Donna, how sad he is for the doctor. It's heartbreaking.
Yeah, and you really see him ask the doctor, like, who do you have now? And going back to your point, which you said earlier, Rebecca, is that the doctor doesn't have anyone because he did it to himself. He was the one to leave Rose at Bad Wolf Bay with 10-2.
Mm-hmm.
He was the one to erase Donna's memories, which, like, yeah, kind of had to happen so she wouldn't die. But, like, he's the reason Martha becomes a soldier and, like, stop traveling with a doctor, and kind of the same for everyone else. So it really is that self realization that, oh, okay, what Davros said was true, and like, I am my worst enemy.
He really is on the highest of highs in this episode, having all the companions together,
Mm-hmm.
saving the earth, and then he falls so far and ends up completely alone. Just that dramatic shift of everyone in the TARDIS, the
Yeah.
beautiful music, saving the earth, and then it just ends with him soaking wet from the rain, completely alone, heartbroken, is just absolutely devastating. And it's like, you do this to yourself. Like, Sarah Jane's right. You have the biggest family on earth, but you're kind of choosing to be alone. Like, I understand the Rose aspect. I
Yeah.
understand, Donna, but like, you have all these other people you could go to,
Mm-hmm.
but you're just going to sit sad in the TARDIS.
Yeah. And this is really the beginning of the end for 10
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and his Time Lord victorious arc. It's really, really going to be starting.
We kind of skipped over the TARDIS scene with everyone flying
We
the Earth
did.
home.
I was just about to bring that up because I'm like, actually, we do need to talk about this, even though we've been talking about the end, because the TARDIS team together is the scene we
Mm-hmm.
got to talk about.
This is my favorite scene of the whole show. It's so
Yeah.
happy having everyone together, flying the Earth home. It brings me so much joy. The music is incredible. I love getting to see flashes of
Yes.
everyone on the Earth being like, "Woo, we're going home." Martha smiling, and then everyone hugging. It's my favorite scene of the show. It makes me so happy.
I love how 10 is telling everyone like what to press and how to help fly the TARDIS. And to Jackie, he's just like, just don't. And she's like, yeah, don't worry, I'm not.
Let
It's just
Jackie
really
fly the
funny.
TARDIS. Let Jackie fly.
I feel like she would accidentally do something.
I mean, Donna messed up the TARDIS too. Like,
You know
we
what?
might as
You're
well let
right.
Jackie fly. Like, come on.
You are right.
Yeah.
Oh, also, like, we skipped over this too. It's kind of in the same scene when Rose and Ten are on like the little screen and the TARDIS
Oh,
talking to the
yes.
Torchwood team, and they like reminisce about Gwyneth from the Unquiet Dead and Gwen Cooper being her descendant. I love
Did
that.
you get that the first time? Because the first time I watched this, I was like, what are we talking about?
If I remember correctly, I was like, who's Gwyneth? Because I forgot who Gwyneth
Well,
was.
they don't even say Gwyneth. They're just like, you have an old Cardiff family. And she's like, yeah. And then they're like,
Oh, yeah, you're
spatial, blah,
right.
blah, blah. So it
Yeah,
took
I don't
me,
think I got it the first time.
yeah. Because I definitely didn't realize it was the same actress for a while.
It's okay. There's a lot of like actresses and actors on the show that have had previous appearances, and sometimes it has to be pointed out by me.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Also, it was so funny to me when we were like seeing Sylvia and Wilf and like their reaction to the Earth, you know, being taken back and like the whole Earth is shaking. How is Francine the only one who knows what to do in like a massive earthquake? She's like sat under the table as one should be.
And then I love when she goes outside and just trolls around. It's
Yeah.
giving girl who is going to be okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
This episode, guys, like
Yeah.
we've shared, there's a lot of really great moments in this, a lot of really good points to really dive into. And then there's just some choices that just aren't fun to watch sometimes.
It's an RTD finale if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely.
It's complicated because like
Yeah.
I love it and I hate it at the same time.
Same.
This is why we don't like rate the episodes, like we don't give them like stars or score, because I wouldn't know what to give this, because I love it and hate it at the same time. It has some of my favorite moments and some of my least favorite moments.
Exactly. And you know, that's what it's like with RTD as showrunner. You love and you hate his episodes.
Yeah, 100%. Any final thoughts before we go?
Well, I can't believe we got through this episode. Like, that's actually crazy.
Round of applause for everyone.
Please.
We have been scared for months to record this because we knew it was going to be a lot.
Yeah, we were very nervous, but we did it. And thank you guys for listening to us yap all about Journey's End. We'll see how long this ends up being. I'm kind of scared to edit it, but it will be great. And just so you guys are aware, next week's episode will be our Series 4 wrap-up. And if you're like, wait, there's Series 4 specials. We know that, but we consider Journey's End the end of Series 4. And Series 4 specials are like a separate entity. So
yeah, they're different. You can't put them in with the season, for me.
Exactly. So we'll be talking about episode rankings. We'll be talking about favorite moments. And we will be talking more about like the upcoming schedule in next week's episode. But it's going to be exciting. So hopefully you guys tune in to hear all of our thoughts.
Before we go, what's the heart of the story?
That's right. The heart of the story. Oh.
If a woman spends years of her life building a dimension canyon and then trying to find you, don't just abandon her on that same damn beach again.
Yes, that, and don't chop off or get your hand chopped off in the Christmas invasion. You could have avoided this whole thing.
I am once again asking for answers as to how the hell Jack found that hand. How did he find
literally that? Where did it come from?
How did he know it was the doctor's hand? I need a 10-part miniseries investigating how the hell Jack found that hand.
I need to know.
It keeps me up at night. It truly does. Who is the star of the show?
The star of the show, I have to give it to Donna. I really, really do. Homegirl gets her memories erased. That's like the worst thing that happens in this episode. And she was phenomenal, iconic. She saved the day. She saved like the whole universe. So it has to go to her. Special shout out to Rose. Queen, you deserved better.
Rose, I'm so sorry what they did to you, my girl.
Yeah. Also,
yeah.
Martha.
Ugh, Martha, I'm so sorry what they did to you, girl. Yeah, but we will see you guys. I was almost said we'll see you for the next Doctor, but no, we will see you next week for our series for a wrap up. And those are always my favorite episodes to record. Yeah. So make sure you tune in because it's always really fun. But thanks for listening and thanks for going through series 4 with us.
We really appreciate it. And as always, don't forget to follow us on Instagram and TikTok
at timeywimePod and email us anything and everything to timeywimePod@gmail.com.
And with all that said, we will talk to you guys next week. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Ta-ra.